Okay, anyway, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Ms.B.
I'm here, HGAB.
Welcome back. It is vlog number 48. We've been gone for about a week or two now, and please excuse us. We apologize, but sometimes, you know, the real world catches up with us, and we just be having stuff going on. Like, number one, he had to work.
Yeah.
He had to, you know, slave for the man.
Yeah, man.
So last week, unfortunately, we couldn't record last Monday, and I was preparing to go out of town. So when he called me, Wednesday, I think? Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm like, dude, we might as well just wait, you know, because by that time, we just might as well wait. Because I had too much other stuff going on. But thanks to everybody that's been tuning in or whatever. We're going to get straight into it. Like I said, this is vlog number 48. What have we missed out on in the news? Okay, the first and foremost, the most talked about. Most talked about was the T.I. and Floyd Mayweather scuffle that occurred in Las Vegas. I'm sure everybody by now has heard about it. The aftermath of it has been Floyd Mayweather. He spoke to Nicole Bitchie. He gave her an exclusive, basically stating that he has never had sex with Tiny. He doesn't want to be with Tiny like that. He said he does not date married women. She's just a cool person. And actually, he invited Shekinah, which is Tiny's best friend, invited Shekinah to Las Vegas, I think, you know, as a guest to his little girl's 14th birthday party. And prior to that, I think he gave Shekinah some tickets to the fight. You know what I'm saying? So Shekinah and Tiny ended up going to Vegas, like, within a couple of weeks of each other. And, yeah, they were just basically kicking it, having a good time as friends. He said as friends. And you know, so that's kind of how Floyd Mayweather played it. T.I. He also revealed that T.I. had approached him, like, in New York prior to this happening, on a separate occasion, approached him, basically saying the women, you know, look, man, the women trying to play us against each other. I guess trying to iron out whatever was going on, maybe between him and Floyd and Nelly, and you know, whatever suspicions that T.I. had about Tiny and Floyd or whatever. He was trying to, you know, resolve it or whatever, dissolve it before it became something greater than it is. So no, the public didn't know anything about T.I. approaching him before in New York, so that came out. But apparently T.I. and his brand hustle people done walked up on Floyd in Vegas, done walked up on him at the Fat Burger inside, I think, Hard Rock. I think it's is it inside a Hard Rock casino, maybe?
Don't make me lie, I ain't been past Memphis.
Oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere, y'all. He cheap.
I've been in New York. From the office.
But anyway,
I ain't been past Memphis.
He approached Floyd. He approached Floyd while Floyd enjoying a Fat Burger, right? So Floyd basically was ignoring him, or just kind of was like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying, like ignoring him. And T.I. steady trying to talk to him, like, you know, I got something to tell you, whatever. And I guess maybe Floyd said something to T.I., and you know, T.I. can switch like this, you know what I mean? He gets probably angry very quickly. And next thing you know, they say T.I. swung, and the rest of the Grand Hustle camp, I guess the security guard, everybody's security guards, it, you know, got into it or whatever. People were throwing chairs and stuff like that. So news had came out after the fight during the week that T.I. got two black eyes. That's what Floyd Mayweather money team, some of his money team folks done put out there, that, you know, T.I. got two black eyes. That's why he didn't make it to the club. Now T.I. said that's a lie. He got on Instagram with a video saying that he ain't getting no two black eyes. Do you see me? He's like, I hurt my hand though.
Right.
But he ain't had no two black eyes. But, you know, on the video, T.I., you look kind of You getting the crow's eyes. You getting them crow feet on your eye. Now you getting old, dog. You get old and you look exhausted. Right. So, but he said you know what I mean?
Well, he showed his face. He didn't. Whatever Floyd say, he had them raccoons. They ain't see no raccoons.
Yeah, we ain't see no raccoons.
Then he said, never in the nigga kingdom. Niggerdom.
Yeah, never in niggerdom.
When that ever happened. When it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I gotta respect him. You know what I mean? I take the side of T.I. because just a week ago, Floyd went to the media instead of coming to Nelly and asking Nelly about what's going on with his mom. He damn near cried to the media. Right. He was hurt. But T.I.'s man came to you, then you gonna tell him.
So you know who a man in the situation and who ain't really.
Then you gonna say, do you know what I do? Right. And T.I. came to you like, I don't give a damn what you do.
Right. He said, I'm a street fighter. You a ring fighter. I'm a street fighter.
Right. I run the street. So I ain't like how Floyd played it. And Floyd knew how the media played because he just said it a week ago. His woman was on Instagram with Nelly. Right. Now he on Instagram with T.I. woman. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So he already, just like 50 Cent said on Breakfast Club recently. You know what I'm saying? He said that at that point, when T.I. approached him in New York, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you should have.
At that point, Floyd should have known to stay away from Shekinah and stay away from Tiny. Don't be inviting them out to come kick it, because at that point he knows that something's going on, whether it's going on in T.I. and Tiny's marriage or what.
You stay out of it.
As a man, and if you respect the marriage of some, you know what I mean, of just somebody who you really don't have no issues with.
Just like he wanted Nelly to do.
Right. As a man, then you just kind of be like, nah, girls, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna bring y'all out this week or whatever. We can cook us some other time just out of respect for my boy, you know what I mean, or whatever. But you played into it, Floyd, and you know you've played into it. You
then you come back and tell her you control your bit. Then you say you ain't mean that. Then you go back another day and talking about.
That was the same night. He went to the strip club later that night and said somebody on the recorder told him, that's what I told T.I. That I told what he said? These hoes ain't loyal.
Yeah, he threw the money now.
Right, he throwing the money on the strippers, and the song in the club playing or whatever, the Chris Brown song. And he's like, "That's what I told T.I. These hoes ain't loyal," and then throwing the money or whatever. So it's like, come on now, Floyd. 1 minute you giving this exclusive interview to Nicole Bitchy talking about. You know what I mean? Like, I respect the kids and I respect Tiny and I didn't mean to call out her name and all of that, but a couple of hours later, you still you calling the hoe, you know what I'm saying? Right. Even though you reciting the song, you still talking about her. Right. You know what I mean? So I hope that showed Tiny what type of dude he is, and don't be fool. I don't care how much money he got. He just, you know what I'm saying.
But I think
he just flawed. He a flawed dude.
I think, but we're moving toward the relationship between T.I. and Tiny. You know how people say you got your season. Tiny look like the one on never want to slow down. She fought it. She don't got slow in her. You know, if you look at her and Kandi or Phaedra. They don't. She real fast. She moves. She'll be in the hoodies of the spot.
She like me. She a Cancer.
She just like the move.
She like me. She like a Cancer. And Leo, we got to be hey. But you got to understand that Tiny was, in a sense, locked down with T.I. for all these years. He's always been controlling and never let her go nowhere. It's all together.
That's what I'm saying. They've been going hard together. You know,
right? But not without him. You see what I'm saying? It's been only when T.I. used to say, "Let's go out," or "You come out with me," or "We doing this," or "We going." And now it's she's out with Shekinah. She go out with the girls, having a good time or whatever.
What about the time when the Rocko, Monica threw Rocko the party and she's sitting right next to Charlotte and she know they would be. T.I. had to come in. It's just like airhead type of, you know, if your man, if you really know about anything.
But Monica her friend.
But why would you be sitting next to Charlotte? You know you're your man. This is your brand. This is your food, and this is feeding you. And you gonna go and sit by any hood chick. They'll be like, nah. I don't care what's going. If she like a player. She like the adventures in the hood, but she don't really want to. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. You know, you too old for that. To me, she's still living like she's 20.
Man, time to keep living your life, dog.
Yeah, keep living your life.
In a couple of months, when I turn my age,
you ain't got 5 children. You ain't got 4, 5 children.
Well, you're right. It is just me. I mean, I can still do what I do. Right. But even if I had 1 or 2 kids, like, I don't think my 1 or 2 kids will slow me down.
I mean,
because it didn't slow my mama down.
It shouldn't slow you down, but she should put you in perspective.
Everywhere she could take me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and my mama still.
She should have took the kids to Floyd Mayweather party.
My mama still kicked it.
She should have took the kids to Floyd Mayweather girl party. Grown folks going to a little girl.
What you mean? No, Floyd Mayweather paid them to be there as special guests for his child. He paid Nicki Minaj. He gave Nicki Minaj $50,000. Mm-hmm. That's what they just revealed. He gave her $50,000. So you know, ain't no telling when he done cut a check for Shakana and Ty.
What's wrong with bringing one of my kids? She got some kid that 13, 12. She got 1 kid. What's wrong with bringing a kid?
Her bring her own child.
Right.
I mean, maybe she just didn't want it. I mean, I don't know. Her and Shakana maybe just didn't want kids on that trip.
Well, you ain't see Nicki Minaj all in the pictures and stuff.
I mean, no, because she probably ain't. What for?
That's what I'm trying to
The scandal wasn't revolved around her. If it was Nicki Minaj's boyfriend that threw a punch at, then the scandal would be revolved around her. But it ain't revolved around her.
I'm saying ain't no pictures being shown. Of
her being at the party?
Right.
Yeah, it's a picture of her. She took a picture with his daughter.
Oh, oh yeah, it's probably around the scandal.
$50,000. She gonna take at least 2 pictures at that party now. With my daughter and with the daughter mama. Or me or somebody.
She performing.
She didn't perform. She got paid just to show up.
Still, that's just foul.
Foul what? It's foul that Tiny was being messy. And Floyd was being messy. That's the foul part about it.
Right.
I mean, regardless of time to be
like Duval said, you gonna end up losing in the end. She ain't gonna win. She's a loser.
I mean,
she paid and all that, got money.
That's that double standard thing, man. It'll be another man out there willing to love Tiny.
Yeah, she got some money. Yeah, that nigga can love you.
I mean,
I love you.
See what I'm saying? Anyway, we spent too much time on these two, but the takeaway from this, from Floyd and T.I. situation, I agree with everybody else. Y'all two got too much money to be playing these type of games. T.I., if it ain't no more, if you don't feel the love in your heart no more for this girl, move on and leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep trying to check other dudes, because you gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't about her no more, then you gonna see her out with another dude. I mean, you out doing your thing, allegedly. So, I mean, of course, it's just expected that she's gonna be out doing hers. So, man up, Tip, and either leave her for good or stay with her for good. Make your decision. Floyd, man, you got another chick already, so sit your butt down somewhere, man. He just never have no love with the women though. I
just say, yeah, he ain't working. He ain't putting nothing on. He ain't knocking the niggas out. He ain't knocking the women out. He knocking niggas out. But
he knocking niggas out. But he ain't knocking
no women out. He knocking their pockets out. He's socking into their pocket. That's what he doing. To pay us. But I just
hey Floyd.
But he just
I be your hunger.
For that, I just think it was bad. It ain't no good look.
Yeah, it ain't no good look for either party.
Right.
For nobody.
You got kids involved and you trying to still run like you're 20.
Right. Let's talk about this. So off the Stacks Magazine list of topics.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my grandma was just talking about this in the car. What is going on with Georgia and the what they call it when the task force just kicked down the baby that just got hurt?
No knock warrant.
Yeah, the no knock warrants. Like,
I think
did they learn their lesson yet?
But that was just the city of Atlanta that implemented no knock warrant, no knock warrant.
I thought it was because that's why I was confused. I was like, well, didn't they do that for all the counties? But I guess not. It was just city of Atlanta.
Yeah, because they can
that's messed up.
Yeah.
So a baby recently got injured in the face because task force. It really used to be called Red Dog Unit, but they changed. For the city of Atlanta, then they changed it or whatever. But what county this was in?
Habersham County.
Habersham County.
On the state line.
On the state line. A no-knock warrant was issued for this address, and basically, when they do that, they're going to find, looking for the criminal, I guess, that has a warrant out for their arrest or whatever, and they get to search the premises and all that type of stuff without having to announce that they are coming to the premises.
Well, previously, one of the officers came to the house, bought drugs from the house, and that's when they came back to initiate the kick in the door, and that's when they did the no-knock warrant. So that was the reason for the no-knock warrant. And Atlanta, they didn't go and buy drugs at this house. They went straight in and kicked in the door and shot the lady. Right. So it was a bus gone bad. You going in with all this military armor that these officers are getting. The bigger the bus or the more bus they get, the more toys they get. From the guns to the trucks to the bulletproof vest. They want all the new stuff like they still fighting in Baghdad.
Oh, you talking about their equipment.
Yeah, they get new equipment. The more bus they get, the more money comes to the county. So they, doing their routine trying to make a bus and made a bus.
And they injured a baby, which now the citizens are in an outrage about it or whatever. The sheriff, I believe, the county chief or whatever, chief of police, basically feel as though they followed the rules, they didn't do anything wrong. But the citizens are very mad. They said that the task force should have known that children may be in the premises because it was a truck or something outside in the front yard that had nothing but kids' toys in it. So they should have told them to use some type of precaution before, just in case, a child is in the home or whatever. So it's a sad situation, y'all. I don't know about how I feel about the no-knock warrants. I mean, I think they need to come up with a better way.
If you invest in your people, if America invests in their people more than investing in crimes and drugs and your business, you wouldn't have people. You would have less people on drugs. So invest in your people more, and that defeats the purpose of having task forces and kicking in the doors and things like that. Meaning that not just throw people out welfare, give people opportunity to make their life better. Enhance their life. Don't just throw them out there in the wolves and say, hey, pull yourself up by the bootstrings, and hell, ain't no strings on the boots. So that's my point of it. It's two sides, but it's where you want to spend your money. So if you want to spend your money kicking in doors and hurting people, that's where you do it. But if you want to spend your time and taking care and uplifting people and putting money into people like they did back in the days, that's not the norm no more, putting money into people. Forget people. That's where the government think.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate, y'all. If y'all ain't heard about this story, definitely you can go to the AJC or somewhere like that and read up on it. Quick shout out to our new subscribers. We had a couple in the last 2 weeks. Lorenzo Arlich, Pauluske 74, Jamarcus Staples, Darren Pierre, Jones Bunny, and No Need to Love Me. Thank you guys for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to tell your friends, and family to subscribe as well. And hopefully you like our videos, y'all. And if you do, please share them on your pages. Tell somebody about it. Okay, moving on. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta ATL. We missed talking about episode 5, and then tonight episode 6 came on. What's some of the highlights?
What's her name?
How you feel about Bambi? Bambi and Erica Pinkett situation. Bambi done knocked the chick out.
Yeah, Bambi got that Compton right hook on.
And then it was so funny because she taller than the chick, so she like.
No, she didn't put hands on me. She didn't lay no hands on me. Yes, she did lay hands. She put you. Now she raccoon. You got raccoon too.
Right, you got raccoon. She just said.
Yeah, she raccoon though too.
Hilarious. But that situation is crazy. I mean, you know, messy Mama D always gotta be
crazy Mama D.
It gotta be in the middle of, you know, from Bambi stands. I understand where she coming from, regardless of what you hearing about me in the streets or what this side chick who want to be the main chick is telling you. And you know how girls are lie. We'll come up with anything to get that chick out there. What, you know, the chick that with the man you want, get out the way.
Just for TV.
Right. Not even for TV. Ain't got to be. I'm just saying in general. Just to get the dude you like, you going to do anything in your power.
It's hard out here for these chicks.
Anything in your power to get that dude, get that girl out the way. But, yeah, so the girl basically spread, you know, saying she heard these rumors about Bambi sleeping around in California, whatever, and Bambi's standpoint is like, first of all, if I'm the main chick and y'all respect me as a family, talking about Mama D and Scrappy, then number one, they shouldn't even be entertaining with this chick, other chick is saying, and then number two, don't be setting up meetings with us to sit down and talk about. It ain't nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm your dude's girl. You know what I mean? I'm your son's girl.
Right.
What I look like talking to a wannabe side chick?
Right. Like, it's just
that's disrespectful.
It just ain't authentic like the other one. I'm not.
What you mean? I think they thought, out of all the storylines, I think their storyline is authentic. Out of everybody's storyline on this season. Yeah. I think it's authentic. I think it's just...
Bambi much harder than that when she acting.
Yeah, she much harder than that, but, you know, I interviewed Bambi last week. If you haven't checked out our exclusive interview, go to stacksnag.net and do a search for Bambi. But she said that, you know, she wanted people to see a more softer side of her. You know what I'm saying? A different side.
She definitely.
Because she's really kind of like a tomboy or whatever. You know what I mean? Kind of like, not hard up, but she's, you know, in relationships, she said, yeah, I'm more sensitive. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted to definitely show a different side of her and just let the public see a different side of her, which I can respect. She's a cool chick to me.
She's sexy.
Yeah, she got a banging body though. I ain't gonna front. Her body fine though.
She look good, tall, sir.
What else going on? Carly Red and Young Job, man. Carly Red, them tears, honey, from damn episode 5.
That old cuckoo doing something now. That cuckoo got something on her, buddy. So, them
tears was so fake, Carly Red. Come on now. You and Jock.
Jock like you love it.
Jock be funny and don't even realize he be funny. Right. Some of the stuff he be saying.
Right.
But that Carly Red, I don't know, man. It's just something about Carly Red that I can see.
This ain't right.
Ever since I saw her in that nail shot that time and her booty. All I saw was this girl walk past me in the nail shop and she had on Daisy Dukes. And I just looked at her dude like, without even seeing who she was, I was just like, whoever that is, why they got on Daisy Dukes?
She got one of the butt pads.
They butt. Look, I mean, she clearly got butt shots or whatever, but it just looked crazy, like it's deformed on one. It was awful, and I said, "Whoever that, what the fuck was this?" I'm just looking the whole time like, why they got on these dudes, man? Wow. Then she done washed her hands and turned around and walked back my way, like walking back toward where I was sitting down there, and I saw her face. I was like, oh Lord,
Carly Red, ugly dude. Ugly dude. Ugly dude. None of them ever look good to me anyway, though. I ain't never seen a good booty shot chick like that. Her booty shots look good. I ain't never seen nothing that look good. Either their leg don't come with the back or the butt stick. It be pointing at you like a gun. They don't form around. They don't be right.
Because it just be them shots.
I don't know why they
shots or implants.
Yeah, they just be out there.
It just be a bad job.
The back be right
It don't
here,
be making sense. It don't be making sense.
Yeah.
They legs be this big.
Yeah.
And then all you see this the leg, this the butt.
And that's the back.
Right. The butt just sticking out like this.
Right. Just like it's just hanging. And I'm like, ugh. Ugh. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, enough of them. Jocelyn and Tammy. Tammy came over to Jocelyn's house trying to give her some little styling tips or whatever. Now I must admit, for Tammy to just be coming on the scene or whatever, I like her style. Her style is classy. You know what I'm saying? She try to keep it sexy but classy style. Not over the top, you know what I mean? Just enough. I like her style. But apparently, you know, Jocelyn went feeling it for this Hip Hop Weekly cover that her. So Jocelyn be wanting to turn it up as much as she can. You know, she like to wear the raunchy stuff to show off her body, and she just wasn't feeling it. And she done basically took a jab at Tammy, saying, you know, I'm gonna teach you how to get a ring or something. But Tammy felt some type of way about that comment later on, and this episode tonight they finally sat down and talked about it, and of course they got into it.
Right.
You know, Tammy all like, you know, look, it took me time to marinate and marinate on it, and I felt like you were taking a jab at me, and you know. And then Jocelyn's point was, well, why is you going back? Why you just didn't come to me and tell me you didn't like what I said? Why you had to go tell Rashida, and then I guess Mimi was there too, or whatever the case may be. Go tell them or whatever instead of just coming to me directly. So, you know, them two don't argue. But I'm sure they can work that out. That's a simple.
She tried, but Jocelyn wouldn't give her the time. She kept walking away.
Jocelyn done gave her the back action, and she just kept walking.
Right.
And poor little Tammy just like.
Still.
But my man got.
My man.
Everything you got is fake. Look at that cheap car. I mean, Tammy, it was a little Benz. It might not have been a S series.
Right.
But at least it was a Benz now. I mean, come on now. Them cars ain't cheap.
You like David fighting Goliath or something. Stevie J ain't been in the game in a minute, so compare them to your man. What about you?
And how you gonna talk about somebody's car, dog, and
we ain't seen you.
We ain't seen what you got.
Right. Yeah, you might be riding clean, but...
You might be riding clean, but it don't mean it's something that you earned, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
You earned it, People
gotta be careful. I like Tammy, though. But people gotta be careful on what they say.
Yeah, you can easily be dropped in
because people be so quick. Not saying that's how she is, but people be so quick to come up on a little money and start flossing and stuff, and they forget where they came from just a week ago. Like, come on now, you just came into this money, you just got this car, or your man just bought you this car and bought you these bags and all this type of stuff a week ago, but now you trying to talk about the next chick that might be still driving a Honda Civic or something, like look down on them. You got to be humble now, people. You gotta know how to practice humility, and that's what a lot of people be messing up at. Right. Cause it's as quick as God gave it to you, He can take it away.
Yeah. I like the Jocelyn. You can tell you ain't got the raw Jocelyn from the last two series. Now that was Jocelyn first series. She probably boxed out right there. She walked away like.
Yeah, she probably would have fought.
Yeah, she don't got to that TV money. She ain't trying
to mess that TV money up. She fooling with y'all.
Yeah, she been grinding. She was 13, 14. She real hood. She ain't trying to play with y'all. The hood people know they don't mess up their money no more. Like, I ain't fucking with y'all no more. I've been down. I know what down feel. I'm trying to get to it. You know.
So anyway, who else? Rashid and Kurt, they look issue. They ain't even nothing to talk about really. I mean, Kurt know he wrong for even trying to bring that little young girl in there to be the babysitter. Come on now, Kurt.
I don't go against the dudes, but yeah, Kurt, that was bad right there. Right.
But anyway, moving on. Kandi's wedding. Hopefully some of y'all saw it. It premiered Sunday night on Bravo TV. Basically, it's a spinoff. Just taking us through the journey of Kandi preparing for her wedding, and then we'll see it all the way up until She actually gets married. So last night episode, basically, the highlight of it to me was, of course, Mama Joy still have her doubts about Todd. But now the aunties and everything, the sisters kind of coming to Kandi's defense. So they're trying to talk to Mama Joyce, like, get a guy a chance or whatever. But Mama Joyce like, what she say? She said something like, yeah, Todd, all he see is ching 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 ching.
She ain't shot no more, huh? She ain't shot no more, huh?
But anyway, so yeah, so they still going through Kandi, Todd, and Carmen. Carmen is Kandi's assistant. They had a little situation, an argument. Apparently Carmen ain't doing her job too well. Todd feels some kind of way. And apparently he let it be known to Carmen how Kandi felt about her. Being so negative all the time. And Carmen felt like we've been friends for 20-some years, way before Todd came in the picture. So why Kandi ain't never said this to me? You know what I mean? If she didn't like the way I was doing my job or acting or whatever, then you would think as a friend she'll say something to me. So apparently Kandi did tell Carmen at the end of the episode that, you know, she was like, this ain't the first time I have told this to you. You know what I'm saying? I have said to you, like, every time, like, she may present her with an idea or say this may need to be done or whatever. I guess Carmen is the type of person who always, what you call a dream killer or whatever.
Dream killer, yeah.
Somebody who always just never think it can be done or
no vision.
Don't have no vision. Don't think, you know what I'm saying? Just don't think it can be done or accomplished or whatever. So and Kandi don't really appreciate that or whatever. And I guess it done got on her nerve to the point where she had to share it with her husband.
Right. Like she should.
Right, as she should, especially if they running the business and she's an employee. So I posed a question today on our website. Should friends work together? I think the only what I said in the article was basically, which was my viewpoint, is that at the end of the day, as friends, you both need to be mature enough to handle whatever opinions, disagreements, or whatever. You know what I mean? Especially if you've been friends for 10, 15, 20 some years. It's like, okay, at the end of the day, am I willing to lose my lifelong friendship over me being so prideful, you know what I'm saying, in the job that I'm in, to where I ain't willing to listen. You know what I'm saying?
I think at the end of the day, both of you got to have a ending goal, and the goal is to, whatever it is, to make the business succeed, and both of you know that at the end, you trying to make the business succeed, and this is what's going to make the business succeed. If y'all on that page, you good, but if you ain't on the same page to see if if you think it need to be a low level and making money, if you think it need to be all blown out and y'all need to put money, keep putting money into it to make it be what it is, you're going to have a problem right there. Right. Some might match up, but at the end, once it get to where it need to be, you're going to see those feelings start to go this way. Well, like I've been saying, I want to put all the money into it, and I'm going to go get me a project, put all the money into it. But the thing is standing there until it get to the point where it blossom. Right. A lot of us don't wait till it blossom. We just... Because we be, like I said, either the pride or we just can't take criticism or whatever, or, you know, somebody disagreeing with us or whatever, and we feel like, man, we be too quick to throw it away. We'll say fuck it in a heartbeat. Like, fuck this shit, I'm finna go on about it, you can do this, I mean, I personally have just recently experienced this. I ain't gonna go into it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, with a long time friend, but... Well, don't just fuck with me. Oh, not with Head, because if I did, Head wouldn't be sitting here. No, unless we resolve it. Unless we be... No, I'm saying whoever it was, I'm like, wow. Yeah, I ain't gonna go into... I ain't gonna go into it, but it really was... And it really wasn't about a Yeah, we was coming up with ideas or something, and we were disagreeing on things, but it took a turn when
the tone of voice start changing, and you know what I'm saying, one person getting loud and the other person like, look now, you know what I'm saying, like, although we friends, and then on the personal time we might talk to each other like this, but when you in a business setting and you trying to work, you know what I mean, work on something that could potentially benefit both of us on a big scale, then
I know who it is.
you know what I'm saying, if it ain't me, you know what I'm saying, if it ain't
one.
no.
What
Oh,
you talking about? Who lived that? Just fucking
no, but I'm just saying, like,
but
that anyway, I felt some type of way. That person didn't like what I had to say about it, and then they was quick to be like, well, just fuck it. And I'm like, okay then, you know what I'm saying, because I'm too grown. I'm not finna chase behind nobody, you know what I mean. I can go and explore, and you know what I mean, and it's other people I can work with. Like, you ain't the only one. I was just trying to kind of help your situation, you know what I'm saying? And because, you know what I'm saying, I know what you can bring to the table, it will help my situation as well, and we were just gonna merge some things and work together. But that proved that we couldn't even get past the brainstorming phase.
Oh, too many minds.
You know what I'm saying? So that just goes to show that, hey, these things can sometimes make or break friendships. Sometimes you have to be like, look, maybe we can't. Just be honest with yourselves. Like, maybe we're not good at working with each other. You know what I mean? We just gonna stay friends. And I think that's where Carmen is at. Well, at least that's what she was after this first episode. She just kind of like, well, let me just fall back. You know what I mean? For a minute or whatever. And figure some things out or whatever. And then for her and Kandi to figure some things out. But yeah, and then their situation is kind of different because Carmen is her assistant. Yeah. It ain't like Carmen is her own business. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Carmen's her own CEO, Candy's her own CEO, and they're trying to work together on a project. No, Carmen is Candy's employee. So that's a different dynamic in itself. So, you know, I'm sure Carmen probably feels some type of way sometime, like, this my friend, but when she tell me to do this or go do that and go get this coffee and go get these groceries and go, you know what I mean, and do this and do that kind of stuff, like, I can't feel some type of way because it's my job, right? And I'm getting paid. How else I'm gonna take care of my child? You know what I'm saying? I need my job, right? So that's a hard position. You got to be a very mature person to be able to handle that. And if Kandi is like anything that I think she is, as far as the business owner that she is, I'm sure she probably a perfectionist. She like things done a certain way. You know what I mean? She probably like things done on time. If you ain't no strong friend and you can't throw that pride out the way, it ain't gonna work. Wow. It ain't gonna work. So what else? Besides that, real quick, new music. Rocko came out with an EP, 8 songs on it, called Poet. It's really probably like, I ain't gonna say, Rocko usually come out with some pretty good projects, but I think this one is a more solid, overall solid project. It flows, the songs flow, it's a deeper content on them. It shows a lot more of his lyrical ability or whatever. I love the song with him and Nas, that Hustle song. He got a couple of them. I like the Phenomenal. I like the Phenomenal Woman one.
Call home. Call you in heaven.
Forever. When you talk about the money or whatever. And really, it's a nice, solid project. I really like that. So shout out to Rocko and A1.
7 out of the 8 or 5.
A1 Records, and I mean that's good. Who else? Future still ain't really selling no records from this Honest. I need to go and see how many he sold so far. Summer Jam 2014 happened in New York over the weekend. They said Nicki Minaj did that's what the critics saying. Nicki did a great job. 50 Cent had a little mini reunion with Young Buck. I guess they squashed their differences. Maybe he cut him a check, help him with the tax situation or what. Yayo and Lloyd Banks, all of them were together and at the Summer Jam, and they said they did all the little old songs, the old hits and everything. So 50 needs that right now. He's out there on his own, and I think people will be more receptive of purchasing his new album, Animal Ambition, knowing that the old Unit squad is back together.
He gonna need some South.
He gonna need some what?
He gonna need some South. He need Buck. Buck was his.
Oh yeah, he gonna need some South, and Buck ain't lost. I mean, Buck been in jail, writing rap, so
yeah.
Hey, he still got that fire. Buck still got the swag. He was always, to me, kind of like the closest to being the Southern Tupac.
He cold with it.
Yeah, he's very cold with it. So I hope that works out. But I hope it works out for him. You know what I'm saying? In the long run. What else? As far as music,
My shout out to rest in peace, Maya Angelou.
Oh yeah, rest in peace to Maya and Dr. Maya Angelou. Yeah. She died at 86 years old.
Phenomenal. Speaking of phenomenal woman.
Right. She, I mean, she just really accomplished a lot during her lifespan. And a lot of people, she was just adored by a lot of people, man. A lot of people. And I know one thing that I said on my Instagram, I did my little rest in peace shout out, whatever. I was like, she's definitely somebody who grew up, just writing little stuff. I initially would write poems. I would sit in my room and write poems. And she was like one of my inspirations, you know what I'm saying? And she was, especially being an African American woman, you never really heard about a lot of black female poets. And some people would always feel like when you write poems or just writing anything that it has to necessarily make sense. You have to be able to make sense to everyone. But she was kind of one of those people who made me know, you know what I mean? Made me know that you don't have to make sense to everybody because whoever your words, you know what I'm saying? Whoever gravitates to your words, they understand it. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about freedom of expression. So I appreciate her for that. I appreciate her for being an inspiration, as far as the writing goes for me. And she really touched a lot of lives with her writing. And one thing about writing, it never goes away. That's I mean, you know what I mean? It never, just like music, it never goes away. So we'll always have her books, you know what I mean? Books and poems around so we can read them to our kids and so on and so forth. We gonna see y'all again next Monday.
All right.
Same time, same place. Stacksmag.net. Oh, don't forget to look at our website on a daily basis. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, YouTube at Stacksmag. That's STACKSMAG. Also, we are now hiring for digital advertising sales reps. It's a straight commission-based position. You will have to have prior experience. Email info@stacksmag.net if you would like to apply for the position. We're still looking for writer, journalist interns, and marketing interns. So definitely contact us at info@stacksmag.net if you are interested or if you know of anyone that is interested. So until next week, we'll holla.
Yeah.